안녕하십니까. 글로벌 모니터 안근모입니다. 필립 제퍼슨 미국 연방준비제도 부의장이 금리 인하를 서두를 필요가 없다는 연준의 기존 입장을 재확인했습니다. 트럼프 대통령의 관세 계획 발표 이후 첫 연준 코멘트라는 점에서 주목을 받았는데 스탠스의 변화가 없었습니다. 뉴욕 증시가 팬데믹 쇼크 이후로 가장 심각한 폭락세를 연출했지만 당장 연준 풋을 제공할 의사는 내비치지 않았습니다. 제퍼슨 부의장은 관세 계획 발표에도 불구하고 불확실성이 여전히 굉장히 높다고 진단했습니다. 감세와 규제 완화 같은 다른 정책들이 어떻게 나오는지 보고 나서 종합적으로 판단하겠다고 밝혔습니다. 주가 폭락세 속에서 금융시장은 올해 금리 인하 기대치를 3차례에서 4차례로 늘려서 가격에 반영했습니다. 경기 침체 압력이 인플레이션 가속 위험을 압도한다고 보는 것이죠. 그러나 모건 스탠리의 이코노미스트는 연준이 올해는 금리를 아예 못 내릴 거라고 봤습니다. 인플레이션 압력을 무시할 수 없다는 겁니다. 내리동결이든 공격적인 금리 인하든 모든 가능성에 대비해야 한다는 주장도 있습니다. 그만큼 상황이 아주 불확실하다는 얘기죠. 제퍼슨 부의장의 발언을 직접 들어보시겠습니다.
Thinking about the future path of policy, I will continue to assess the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. As we emphasize, monetary policy is not on a preset course. If the economy remains strong and inflation does not continue to move substantially towards our 2% target, the current policy restraint could be retained for longer. If the labor market were to weaken unexpectedly, or inflation were to fall more quickly than I anticipated, policy could be eased accordingly. In my view, there is no need to be in a hurry to make further policy rate adjustments. The current policy stance is well positioned to deal with the risks and uncertainties we face in pursuing both sides of our dual mandate.
A lot of news on trade policy yesterday. Curious what your thoughts are.
Well, first, I'd like to make sure I emphasize that any remarks I make are my own, and they do not necessarily reflect the views of the board or the FOMC. Mm-hmm. So I'm speaking on my own behalf. Yes, there were announcements made yesterday about policy. But I think it's still the case that there remains a substantial amount of uncertainty around trade. And this level of uncertainty, of course, can weigh on households and businesses' investment and spending decisions. So we're in a situation where it's going to be important to take our time and think carefully about their impact. Now, in terms of my thoughts around policy changes that elected officials may propose and implement, it's not the case that I focus on any one policy. What I try to focus on is the whole collective of policies that have been proposed and may be implemented, including with respect to other types of fiscal policy, immigration, and regulatory policy. So because of our mandate to focus on, at the aggregate level, on the labor market and price stability, it's really the net effect of a whole collection of policies that are most important for my thinking about the conduct of monetary policy.